What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show, and welcome to the Crusader Kitchen, and happy Halloween, and happy Chili Month. Today is the first finale of Chili Month. Chili Month 2023 is coming to a wrap. I hope you all had fun. I had fun. I hope you're not chilied out. I'm ready to move on to something different, but not before I show you my favorite chili I've ever made. I make this about once a year. It's a little more complicated, a little more involved than a lot of my chilies. It is smoked rib meat chili. Now today in this video, it's going to be a lot of things were made before I came out here because I knew I was camping, and so we are at Cowan Lake State Park in Wilmington, Ohio, and this is their fall campout weekend. Tonight is trick or treat. So there's going to be a few videos coming out on my other channel. I'll link those down below. But before you get to those, from the channel that says try this at home or your RV, well, come on, let's get cooking. All right, so like I told you earlier, there's a little difference in here because I'm cooking for a lot of people. I'm going to give you the recipe for like one serving, which depending on if your family consists of humans or wolverines, it'll feed, 6 to 8 people, maybe 8 to 10, depending on how much you eat. We're going to do a double batch today, so if you're following along with me, don't feel overwhelmed and think that you got to make something this big, all right? So let's start getting some ingredients out here. First off, I'm going to have one of these Cookie Exchange beers from Great Lakes Brewery. Cheers, everybody. I hope you're having a great chili month. And happy Halloween. That's good. So, I did all the pre-work at home. This is 2 racks of ribs that I let rest, and then I shredded all the meat off the bone. And I told you, we're doing a double batch. So there's 2 more racks of ribs. Shredded, vacuum sealed, brought with me. Additionally, here is a quart a second quart of bone broth from the smoked ribs. And we have about roughly 2 quarts of homegrown smashed cherry tomatoes. They're not all full, so I know there's 3 containers there. That's about 2 quarts. Okay. So all this stuff I made and then froze, and then a couple days ago I pulled it out of the freezer and put it in the fridge for this chili. Additionally, in my chili, got 4 cans of black beans. No salt added because I like to add my own salt. 2 cans of corn. Let's talk about our chilies. These are 2 dehydrated jalapenos and 3 dehydrated cayennes. We're going to put in a whole head of garlic. I like my chili with 2 white onions. And we can't forget two red and 2 green bell peppers. Now, seasoning. We're using Neighbor's flavor. I know I've been talking about this a lot. If you are not new to the channel, you've heard about this before. I keep saying I'm going to make you guys a video of it. I haven't got around to it. So if you look in the description below, surprise, there's the ingredients for it. All right. I'll still make a video. I'm just not there yet. So my chili gets my seasoning. We're not using chili powder because we actually have chilies. They're down there somewhere. And little secret to my chili. It's no secret. I know other people have done this. How do we get the sweet with our heat? Well, if I could remember where I keep anything. Seasoned rice vinegar and Sweet Baby Ray's. So call this what you want. Neighbor's chili, barbecue chili, smoked rib meat chili. This is phenomenal. We're going to cut up everything that needs cut up. Then we're going to go outside. We're going to do this in a big old stock pot on the Blackstone stove burner. So let's get going. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, chop everything up. And then we're going to go outside and finish out there. Trick or treat is at 5 o'clock. So I want to have chili ready when people are coming around. I don't know who's showing up. I hope I have enough mouths to feed because I'm not set up in the camper for leftovers. But I love leftovers. So without any further ado, let's get going. I'm going to start making things smaller and you know how it goes. Here we go. All right, so now we're outside, and I'm glad you guys didn't see that part because my knives in the camper aren't as good as home. That was less than ideal, but I have all my digits. So we're back outside, and we're going to start out by lighting up the Blackstone. And we're using this big old stock pot. We're going to go ahead and get the bottom nice and heat it up. This says avocado oil, but it's actually 50-50 avocado oil and olive oil. So I'm going to give that a nice good spritz. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but guess what? It's raining. That's cool. So once we get that nice and heated up, we're going to put in the onions. We're going to get those nice and sauteed, nice and softened. Then we're going to put in our garlic. I have a garlic press in the camper now. Wow. Never fails. My family goes camping and it rains. Only tools you need are a ladle and something to spread the onions and garlic around with. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's ready. So, in with our 2 white onions. Give it a good stir. And now we're just going to press in our garlic. There's one. Uh-oh. Garlic press just broke. All right. Mayday, mayday. Well, we got 2 in there. Serves me right for buying the plastic one. Andy, may I borrow your help for a minute?
Yeah, what do you need?
Will you stir this around while I go inside and mince these last 2 cloves since my press broke? Yep. Just occasionally. Thank you, buddy. All right. Andy, thanks for the assist.
You're welcome.
Here's the other 2 cloves. We got that. And once it's nice and fragrant, I'd say that's fragrant. What about you, Andy?
Yeah.
Next, we're going to put in our peppers, and we're just going to soften them up a little bit. So So there's our 2 green bell peppers and our 2 red bell peppers. Just let them get a little soft, right like so. Smelling good already. So we're just going to give those a couple of minutes. So as long as I don't also break my can opener, I'm going to use this trick here. Leave the lid on. We don't want this juice. Off to the tree line to drain these. All right. Got rid of the corn juice. This is smelling good. I'm smelling the sweet of the bell peppers. So now we're going to apply corn. There's 1 can and 2 cans. We got to drain our beans. I forgot about that. I'm going to go into the camper for that, do that in a strainer. I'll be right back. Our 4 cans of black beans, drained but not rinsed. In we go. Set this aside. Now we're going to start adding our crushed cherry tomatoes. From the garden. That's good. Alternatively, go ahead and use regular canned diced tomatoes or regular tomatoes. Your call. We'll stir all that together. Oh, boys and girls, gonna be good. Now this, I don't know if I covered in my intro very well. This is bone broth from the rib bones of the rib meat that we're eating. This is very good for you. And if you want to do this, you just save bones from any meal, chicken, you name it, and put it in a pressure cooker, water, seasonings, 1 hour, 20-minute natural release, freeze it, put it in your fridge, drink it, use it, whatever. It's great. That was not frozen. It actually turns into gelatin. Somebody's getting scared over there. Did you guys hear that? Moses sandals. Number 2. So we're just going to bring this up to a boil before we add our rib meat. And I think before we do that, let's add our liquids. So if you remember at our vegetarian black bean chili episode, I said anytime you're making a chili with rice, you should be adding some kind of vinegar. It will help you digest it way better. So if you've ever felt a little bit intestinally disfortitudely less than ideal, try adding some vinegar in your bean recipes. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons into this because it's a double batch. And one of my favorites is the seasoned rice vinegar. Use your favorite. Apple cider vinegar works great with pork. So there's that. Let's add in our sweet, which I told you. We're going to use barbecue sauce. You know what? We're not going to do that yet. We're going to add in our dry stuff first. And I want 6 tablespoons. There's 1, 2. Okay, that was a heavy 3. That's all right. 4, 5. Okay, so that was more like 7 or 8. Everybody likes this though. And I told you, I haven't made this video for you yet, but the ingredients are in the description below. Check that out, and I'll get you a video soon enough, I promise. So now I want 2 tablespoons of my barbecue sauce. Andy, what do you say? Should we make it 3?
Yeah, make it 3.
Yeah, he said make it 3. That's a great example of the beauty of chili. Take this as a baseline and make it your own. All right, so there's that. What am I forgetting? Our chilies. So this year we got a lot of nice homegrown stuff going on here. Check out these beautiful dehydrated cayennes. I love this color. They smell even better when they're dehydrated. I don't know why, to be honest with you. I had some scissors out here. Did I not bring scissors out here? No? Be right back, guys. I don't know where my scissors are, so I grabbed my Leatherman. Got a lot going on today. So we're just gonna take these. I'm just gonna cut the stems off. Give it a little taps, get the seeds out. And I'm literally just going to chop them up with the scissors like so. Just like that. Get some of the seeds out. You can adjust your heat by leaving in more seeds. It's going to be hotter. If you want it more mild, take all the seeds out. Just as you would if you were adding more chili paste or less, or chili powder. My vocabulary has left the building today. It would be cool if we get this site again next year and there's like chili peppers growing here. These are my jalapenos. Now, if you're doing this like me, make sure to immediately rub your eyes after. Kidding. If you don't wear gloves when you're doing this, make sure to go wash your hands afterwards. And you want to wash your hands as if you were trying to get motor oil off your hands. It's the same kind of consistency, and it takes the same care and scrubbing to get it off. And, well, ask me how I know. Chili peppers are in the pot. Gonna give it a good stir here. Get in all those spices. I wish you guys could smell this. So I told you I was using no salt added black beans. And I just like to be in control of my salt levels. So I'm going to put in a little bit of my 2-to-1 just to start with. Towards the end, we'll add more if necessary. So this is a pretty big batch of chili. I just put in maybe about a tablespoon. That's just to start, like I said. So go ahead and stir that in. And then make sure our flame's good. Try not to touch my eyes. Look at this. It's beautiful. This month we've been talking a lot about different kinds of chili. We started out with Cincinnati chili, and we followed that up with Texas style chili. And then we did the vegetarian black bean chili, and then we did the white chicken chili. So we've been all over the place. I don't know what my chili is considered. Just call it neighbor's chili. It's beautiful. It's got all the colors that you want in it. It's got rib meat. I mean, come on, who doesn't like ribs? The beauty is in the yellow of the corn and the green and the red. It's got sweet in it from the cherry tomatoes, the barbecue sauce, and the seasoned rice vinegar. It's packed full of protein with black beans and pork rib meat. So guys, I'm going to sign off here for just a minute. Once this is up to a boil, I'll hit the record button. We're going to add in our rib meat, and then we're going to let it simmer until we're ready to eat. It's that simple. Yeah, there's a lot of work you didn't see that happened beforehand off camera. This is a chili that's a labor of love, and that's just how it goes. So, hey, I'll see you guys here in, well, truthfully, a couple of minutes, but in a second for you. All right, so we are up to a boil. See if I can get you that without fogging up the lens. We're going to go ahead and add in our rib meat. And then we're going to let it simmer for 3 to 4 hours. Doesn't really matter. It's a big batch. It's going to stay here. And we're just going to let people consume it as they will. Weird weather day here in Southern Ohio. I had to take my flannel off and put a t-shirt on. It's raining and it wasn't supposed to. I don't know if you're from here or not, but that's pretty normal for us. All right. Release the pork. There's 2 racks of ribs. This is just smoked on hickory and apple 50-50 blend. What did I do? This was a couple weeks ago. I used mustard as a binder, and then I let it sit in the fridge for 6 hours or so. Coated in Neighbor's Flavor, and then I smoked them to 195 degrees. At 160, I wrapped them. I'm surprised any made it here. It was so good. I was snacking on it. So there we go. I'm going to reduce the heat, let it get down to a simmer. What do I do with my lid? It's over here. So we're going to cover it up. I'm just going to go ahead and reduce, as low as it'll go. 2 to 3 hours. 3 to 4 hours. Catch you guys back here when it's time to test this out. See you in a bit. So guys, this is my other brother, Ryan. I don't believe you've met him before. He's going to peer review my chili. So this chili, I don't even serve this with anything. There's no cheese, there's no crackers, there's no sour cream. It's so good on its own.
It's a little hot.
It's a little hot.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Well, I like the giant chunks of meat.
The giant chunks of meat are nice.
Obviously, that's the first thing that pops out at you.
Yep. Can you taste any of the smokiness in the meat?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure can.
That's awesome. That's kind of the idea.
It's a little hot, so give me a second.
Is it hot temperature-wise or is it hot flavor-wise?
Temperature.
Okay, what do you think of the spices?
It's very mild. As a matter of fact, it would be an excellent candidate to spice to taste.
Okay.
Which would be cool.
Okay, I like that. I like that. The way we were raised, we didn't learn what a pepper was until we were an adult. You like the corn in there?
Absolutely.
I love the corn.
Yeah. Was it black bean or pinto bean?
Those are black beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Look at the size of this chunk of meat. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yep. Yep. So you approve? You'll come back?
You know I'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate you.
Anytime. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Hey, I am a friend, and I'm trying this bowl with chili here. It is amazing.
Was it pretty good?
I can't. Oh, it's better than good. It's excellent, and I cannot wait to cook it at home. I'm so happy, and I'm so proud of Danny here.
Thank you, Kate. Have you ever had a rib meat chili before?
No.
No, it's because it's not a thing.
No, it's not a thing.
Well, it is a thing. You guys need to try this at home. But, and now you can.
Yes.
What do you like the best about it?
Well, there's huge pieces of meat in here, and the seasoning is just right.
That's neighbor's flavor.
It's not too hot, you know. It's complex, but it's just right.
What do you think of the spice?
It's perfect.
Perfect?
It's perfect.
Those chilies came from my garden. Yeah, there's no chili powder in there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
oh, you're most welcome. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Try this at home. Let me know if you do in the comment section below. And until next time, be well.